Now we're rolling. Damage Plan MMA podcast. I'm Jason, as always, my co-host, the voice of MMA in Utah, Zack Partridge. What up?
What up?
How you feeling? 5 days out?
Are we 5?
4, 5, 6, 5?
Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday.
Yeah, 5 days out.
Yeah.
You get to get in a fist fight.
Yeah, with somebody that I really believe's going to stand and do that with me. So I'm pretty excited.
From watching his videos, I think he is. Should be a fun night.
I got a little insider scoop on him too.
Oh, did you?
Over the weekend, I didn't talk to you about it.
Oh,
we'll talk about it off air.
Okay.
It'll be good.
All right.
It'll be good. Hey, if anybody needs tickets, hit me up. I have some still.
Hey,
Are we going?
Are we gonna do our ticket giveaway thing now or after at the end of the broadcast?
Yeah, let's do it now.
All right.
Real quick. So our good friend Dalton Jensen has purchased two $85 tickets. To my fight. So front table tickets. And all you have to do to enter to win is go follow him on Twitter. And he's going to @Dalton K. Jensen. He does a podcast, The Thinking Project.
Great podcast.
And yeah, and for all of his new followers, we're gonna do a little giveaway for those tickets.
That's pretty freaking awesome.
Yeah. So shout out to Dalton.
Two VIP tickets to Steel Fist Fight Night this weekend. I think you should go do that. Go subscribe to his podcast.
Yeah, it'll be worth it. So if you're listening and you haven't got your tickets yet, but you want a chance to win two $85 tickets, that is the way to go.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then we have another set of tickets for the following weekend at the Fierce Fighting Championship.
Yep.
The podcast is sponsoring these ones. We purchased them through Mio Strong because all of her proceeds are going to support the Smart Foundation with Elizabeth Smart Foundation. So we decided to purchase two tickets to give away. And all we're asking you guys to do is go to our YouTube page, Damage Plan MMA Podcast, hit the subscribe button, send us a message, say, hey, I'm subscribed. Here's my username on YouTube. We'll put you guys in a drawing. We'll have a drawing next. Are we going to do it next Monday?
Yeah, let's do next Monday.
We'll do the drawing next Monday, and you'll have two tickets for the Fierce Fighting Championship card. So support local, right?
Yeah. So go follow Dalton, and then if you haven't yet, subscribe to our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Let us know.
Let's get it. I'm excited. 2 big weekends of fights.
Yeah.
2 big weekends of fights. Then I get to go deer hunting next month, and then I get to go to Disneyland next month. Deer hunting, Disneyland. I'm all over the country, man.
Let's see.
We're doing big things.
Doing big things. Deer hunting.
How was your weekend?
It's good. Oh, the card's not on Tapology yet.
Steel Fist card. I didn't really get to watch the fights. I watched them a little bit. I was at a bodybuilding show this week and I had 2 competitors competing.
A little bit of controversy.
Yeah. I read a lot about it, and then I finally listened to the video of Aspen Ladd's Corner, and I figured we should probably start with that because there's a lot of controversy with what was said in her corner after the 3rd round or 4th round.
Yeah. What caused a lot of it was there's a lot of people that have been around the game a lot longer than me. And good call.
I turned our light on. We're a little dark. There we go. Yeah. Show my gray hairs.
Yeah, of course. There's some. What's the best way to put it? There's a lot of people that I respect, and their opinion should be respected.
Yeah.
Miesha Tate, Daniel Cormier, a lot of other people that felt like her coach went too far.
DC thought it was okay.
Oh, DC said it was good.
DC said it was good. Yeah, DC was on the side of
Miesha Tate said it was.
Miesha Tate is the only one that I've seen. The majority of the fighters I've seen in the Twitter world, which I'm not hip to yet very well, have been supportive of him. And I know you had some feelings this morning. I hadn't seen it. What was your thoughts initially?
Well, I was watching it live, and I remember saying live, I was like, man, he's going a little hard at her. Like, I didn't think she was doing that bad. She was losing the round.
Yeah.
But I didn't think she was doing that bad, really. I mean, blocking a bunch of jabs with your forehead isn't always ideal, but he was going a little hard at her. But I also did. You could tell like he wanted it so bad for her, and that was such a big spot. She's filling in on short notice for Holly Holm, main event, 145. Like, this win could get potentially the winner of that fight was going to get Amanda Nunes at 145 next. Or put in a number one contender fight at 145 as they try and build that division, which supposedly is happening with maybe the potential arrival of Kayla Harrison that even Aspen talked about. And Aspen, a little bit of a slow starter, has had this issue before, but at times looks like a world beater.
Yeah.
And you have a coach that has this athlete that has this potential. He wants it for her so bad. It just felt like he was trying to pull it out of her.
Yeah.
And you have to be sensitive to where Miesha Tate's coming from in her own experience. But just because that was her experience doesn't mean it's every female fighter's experience with their coach that may or may not be in a relationship with as well.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure.
Not 100%, but that's possible. So it's interesting. But and then when I was sitting next to you when you finally listened to it, and I went back and I was like, yeah, it was pretty hard, but my biggest question was, would Miesha Tate have an issue with it if he talked to a male fighter that way?
I've seen a lot of people saying that on Twitter as well.
And the dynamic is different between male and female, but like most of the female fighters that I know, they want to be treated the same.
Yeah.
And so it's like, it was one, and lastly, before I decide like which side I'm on with this, well, I think I've decided, but it's like the coach even came out and just said, like, I need to be better. I need to be a better coach and stuff like that. So not like necessarily like apologizing.
Yeah.
But taking some ownership of the performance, which, right, it kind of sucks when you have coaches that be like, look at my guys and when they win, and then when they lose, it's, well, they didn't listen to me.
Yeah.
It's no, you're with your athlete, win or lose, right? So
I have two takes on this. One, shouldn't that you see all these people judging, obviously, because this is what we do. We judge, we talk about it. Shouldn't that conversation be between Aspen Ladd and her coach? Like, we haven't heard anything from Aspen Ladd, right?
That, and I was going to say that, you know what? If Aspen Ladd comes back and being like, me and my coach are going to have to like talk about what I need between rounds, and that wasn't working for me, and just because it worked in the past, that everybody talks about that, right? Her coach basically did the same thing, and then she was losing 2-0, got a 3rd round knockout, came out and just knocked the girl's head off. And she comes out and says that, or she comes out and says, no, he was doing exactly what I needed and stuff. I wasn't executing a game plan, and he was frustrated, and he had every right to be frustrated. She takes all the heat off it. Yeah, pretty much, right? So
I thought the cornering in between rounds, the first 3 to 4 rounds was great. I thought he was telling her what she needed to do. He was still trying to motivate her. He was being positive. And I thought towards the end that when everybody had a problem with it, he's like, what are you doing? Like, like you said, I think he was just passionate, and he's trying to pull that out of her is what I
got. He wanted it for her.
Yeah.
Right. And I saw some of the stuff like, Miesha said and stuff. And I was like, some of it I just felt like was her talking about her own experience. And again, it's like, that doesn't mean that's everybody's experience. Right. Yeah. So it's tough, it'll have to be dealt with in camp, and hopefully whoever's around Aspen can, make sure that it's, make sure that that's the right dynamic that she wants to have with her coach. And if not, she can figure it out. She's a big girl, and she'll figure it out. And if it is, like, let them do their thing.
My second thing on this, do you think it was a good idea for her to take that main event shot 1 week after missing weight, even though it was a weight up? Do you think mentally, I guess only camp is going to know that, right? Only the fighter knows that, but put yourself in that position as a fighter.
No, that's all upside. Yeah. Taking a fight on a week's notice is all upside.
But after a 2-year layoff, coming back, you just missed weight. Now you're getting not thrown in a main event spot. You're taking a main event slot. Was it a good idea?
I mean, hindsight's 20/20, right? Yeah. I would say yes.
Yeah, I'm not
unless there's some circumstances that I don't know about, but just if she's healthy, she's
She
been
had a
training.
good camp, yeah.
She had a good camp. She's up a weight class, so it's not like a big hard weight class. Like, yeah, it's all upside. I don't think people understand that. You know, she just got a lot of brownie points back in Dana's good graces. Or you know, earn points by doing that. Like Aspen made the point, like she's like, do you think that I was their first call?
Oh yeah, because everybody was giving her crap because how do you get a main event slot after missing weight? And it's like they didn't just give it to her. They've called a lot of other girls and nobody else wanted it.
And Dumont for sure showed like she's a problem.
Yeah.
And people recognize that and be like, no, I'm not fighting her on a week's notice. No, I'm not fighting her on a week's notice. No, I'm not fighting her on a week's notice. And Aspen's like, I'll fight her on a week's notice. No problem. That's, you know, that again, I keep circling back to it. People talk about Conor getting favors and this and that. It's because that's what he did.
Yeah.
If you take one, if we take one whole anything away from Conor's career, if fighters want to take anything away from his career, be the guy that says I'll fight anybody, anytime, anywhere, and mean it.
Yeah, he did.
I mean, Conor got mauled by Khabib and was begging for a rematch.
Yeah.
Why? Does he really think he's going to win? Maybe.
Well, he probably thinks he's going to win.
Maybe.
Yeah.
2, does he know it's going to make him a lot of money? 100%. Is it going to make the UFC a lot of money? 100%. Like does it hurt his stock a little bit? Maybe.
Yeah.
But like, you know, like when you say being like the company man, like it's also beneficial for you too to be the company man as well. That's why Dana says when you get offered fights, take them.
Take them. Yeah.
And the guys that take all the fights that are offered to them, those are usually the guys that, like a Jim Miller who was on this card.
Yeah.
He's always fighting anybody and everybody. He never says, I want a guy that's ranked or this was my record-setting 36th fight in the UFC. I'm not fighting a UFC debuter. I'm above that. No, he doesn't do any of that. He fights anybody and everybody.
Kai just had a good comment. It's a business. The more fighters realize, the more money they get made. Hefty Bag's got it.
Bingo.
Hefty Bag's got it. I saw that.
I hate agreeing with Kai, but yeah, he's right.
Hefty Bag.
He's right.
Took a grappling match with Jeff J. Boogie Kelly.
Yeah, J. Boogie.
Yeah, that was
up in Montana.
I saw some pictures of it. I didn't see the actual match, but I did see that they stole the show up there. So that was pretty cool.
Dude, I mean, it's a bummer they had so many pullouts. So, but it's, you know, it's part of the game and the business and good for Kai for, you know, they did it for their teammates too. They were fighting that night. Right. But I've always said, because for more shows, I've always said, why don't they have some like super match grappling matches during the intermissions of like steel fist fights or
doing
the fierce fights or whatever?
It'd be cool. Well,
I'd love to see some high level jiu-jitsu guys doing.
I think Mio talked about it on air on Friday. She's done it. She's done the grappling matches in the cage, and I think they even offered her to do that at this next card that she's fighting MMA on, but she wanted to do MMA. Maybe I'm speaking out of turn, but maybe I misunderstood that. But I thought Cody.
I just like
gave her that option.
I don't know. I think it's cool. Like, good for Kai. Good for.
It's awesome. Hey, he's doing it right, man. He's active on social media. He's promoted himself. He's promoting shows. You see how he's promoting the hell out of his show up there in Montana. I'm like, he gets it. The kid gets it. I want to see him fight that Brandon Lambert kid in bare knuckle.
Oh yeah.
I thought they were supposed to fight next year, but I think I saw Brandon supposed to be fighting somebody else. Kai, maybe you could let me know. But
hey, Kai, if you fight Brandon Lambert, 1, this podcast will sponsor you for that fight. And 2, me and Jason will do everything in our power to come up and watch that. I don't even like bare knuckle boxing, but I'd watch you knock that dude out for sure.
Oh man,
I hate that guy.
He is not liked by a lot of people.
Oh, he's a dweeb. He's not even good.
What is he? A 145er? 135er?
I'd cut off my leg to fight him at 155 if he'd do that.
Tie one arm behind your back.
Sure.
Brandon Lambert sucks.
I'd love to smack that guy in the face. I'm with you, Kai. Maybe we get a Kai Stewart, Brandon Lambert Damage Plan MMA podcast episode.
Oh, yeah.
Kai, do you think he'd come on the podcast with you?
Yes. Bro? Yes. Yeah, let's get him on, Kai. You
Question is he eloquent enough to get on a podcast and not sound like a moron?
I don't know.
Because I kind of think he's a moron.
I don't know. I don't know anything about the guy. Instant clout. I love Kai, dude. He's so freaking awesome.
Don't get his head too big.
But I think it already is.
Yeah. No, I like it.
We had some good fights this weekend. I caught a few of them during the show, but I had 2 athletes competing this weekend.
Yeah.
Was there anything else we missed on the?
So I have a question.
What?
I don't mean this to be disrespectful in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, go ahead. Shoot.
Honestly.
Yeah.
So what about doing a body show?
Okay.
Makes you an athlete? What's your definition for an athlete?
I think it's the preparation, the
dedication,
the commitment.
Because it's not like an athletic thing they are doing.
They're not doing an athletic, like what you do on stage. There's nothing athletic about it, right? But it's
like I used to have a hard time. Like people are like golf, like Tiger Woods is a great athlete. I'm like, is he though?
I wouldn't necessarily call it an athlete. I mean,
like a skill.
I say athlete, but it's more of a competition. Like right, like it's a competition, but I'm with you on that. I'm
not trying to be like disrespectful.
No, I get it.
Trying to understand.
I wouldn't consider myself an athlete when I do that. But there's, the commitment that those guys take to make it to that point. I mean, you're talking 6 months to a year of preparation,
dedication.
Meals, workouts, cardio. Like it's the same thing when you're in fight camp. It's the same process. These guys just aren't getting punched in the face. It's glamour, you know.
What's the fun in that?
If
I'm going to put my body through that type of hell, I better get to punch somebody in the face.
It's you versus you. It's like, okay, I did this show. How can I make myself better? Like that's what it's all about. It's like even though it's a competition, it's like if you and me were competing, it's like we're really not competing because it's really what the judges think, right? Like there's criteria that they're looking for. But same thing in MMA. You could have one judge look at a person on stage and think this guy looks good, and another judge thinks no, the other guy looks better. Same thing in MMA. You have one judge that sees a fight one way, and you have one judge that sees the fight the other way.
Are the judges in bodybuilding as bad as MMA judges in general?
There's a lot of politics. Same. I'm sure local shows. There's some. How do I put it? There's some buzz around like my bodybuilding coach. He's one of the top coaches in the nation, right? And there's some competitors that won't compete locally because they think that his athletes get favored when they come out.
Oh, is that why you won?
No, I won because I look freaking amazing. No, but you can see for your own eyes. Like I could take you to a show and I could say which guy look, and you could be like, oh, that guy looks good. It's stage presence. It's lean, muscle, fullness. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I was just curious.
Yeah, no, but I'm with you. I wouldn't consider a bodybuilder an athlete or a golfer an athlete or a NASCAR driver an athlete.
See, NASCAR driver, because the hand-eye coordination in golf is like, but the golf's just sitting on the tee, but like a NASCAR driver, like that hand-eye coordination has to be sick.
You're driving a car. Come on.
You're driving a car at what?
There's aspects to every sport and competition that are going to be.
Well, soccer's just glorified track.
What is baseball? Do you have to be an athlete to play baseball? I will say,
yes, sir.
I will say,
hitting a baseball is the hardest thing to do in sports.
You think so?
Have you ever tried to hit a 90-mile-per-hour curveball?
Is it harder than a hockey player on skates? Is it harder to skate than hit a ball?
I would say yes.
So, like, could you go out and get on the ice rink right now? Or could you you think you could go out and skate in the rink competitively, or do you think you could hit a ball first? Which one do you think you could do first?
Skate.
Really? I'd fall on my ass.
I'm not bad though. I grew up like rollerblading and stuff. I'm not bad on skates.
Is the first baseman an athlete?
I don't know. When Freddie Freeman hit that home run to send the Braves to the NLCS, plays first base. He's a freaking athlete. 98 miles per hour into the right field fence.
We're probably getting all kinds of crap. Be careful. You're going to get your podcast in Facebook jail.
What? What did I say?
Oh, we got Brandon's commenting too. Yeah, he's down. Brandon. Yeah. Come on, Brandon. Rollerblading. Steve's been playing pickleball. lately. Steve's picked up pickleball, and apparently he's the pickleball champ at his fire station up Big Cottonwood Canyon.
Oh boy,
Steve,
I'm coming.
Zach's coming for you, Steve.
Dog.
Before or after the fight?
After.
All right.
Because I don't want to break his confidence before the fight.
So we got Brandon and Kai in here watching, so we have to get those guys on because there's been a lot of
Brandon and Kai, come on the podcast.
Come on, let's get you guys both on.
Let's do it.
Pump it up. I love it. Bring it. Steve says bring it.
Steve.
Apparently he's the champ, man.
Steve. Got it. Careful. Careful what you wish for, Steve.
I should. I won't blast my boy Joel on Plant Daddy on air, but yeah.
Did he get slapped by Steve?
I'll let Steve say what happened. I won't.
Steve, did you blink him? He didn't get a point, did he?
Let's just say,
I feel like
fighting is his thing. I don't think he has a future in pickleball. Sorry, Joe. I love you, man. Oh man,
going hard.
You're going hard today on athletes and competitors and all that good stuff. Speaking of competition, I might be doing a show in March.
Oh boy.
I think I have Hector talked into doing it. Hector's just one of those naturally just like lean, muscular guys.
Like me.
Yeah, he's just naturally just ripped. You take your shirt off, show everybody your abs.
I'm good. I'm cold from drinking all this water. My hands are freezing.
Oh, here we go, right here. Joel has no ball sport skills.
He's got to be able to play soccer, right?
He can punch, though, right, Steve? He throws a wicked
kick,
spinning elbow, too.
We've seen that.
We've seen that live. Yeah.
He can Jason has threatened me that Joel's teaching him that spinning elbow.
I'm coming.
I'm not worried, but
I'm coming. All right. Should we recap this card from Saturday night?
It's so stupid.
All right. Pickleball.
Okay. So I'm going to admit something.
What?
Every once in a while, we kind of just whiff on cards.
Yeah.
I feel like 4 out of 5 cards, like we're solid, but every like 1 out of 5, 6, kind of whiff a lot on our picks.
Yeah.
This was one of those cards for me.
I whiffed
a lot.
I thought we did okay. I mean, I had some okay bets on there.
Well, so Ariana did great.
Yeah.
And I called that, and we are little powerhouse. Like, that was good. Brandon Davis was not a live dog in this fight.
I actually took
say his name.
Dana Batagaro, whatever.
Yeah.
Brandon Davis wasn't even. He just looked like.
I kind of thought like, hey, got out of the UFC, got on a nice win streak. He had some, split decision with Giga. Like he's good, and he just got flatlined.
Yeah, he got flatlined.
Loopy, we were pretty high on Loopy, and
I don't hate that. I don't hate that. Like she fought up a weight class on a week's notice.
Sure.
She weighed in
another one. No downside.
No downside.
This wasn't. I'm not saying like I'm off her hype train or anything. It was a good experience for her. I just thought she was going to win, and I thought, and you could just tell going up a weight class.
I think the size difference mattered.
Big. Yeah.
She couldn't get her to the ground, but when she had her on the ground, she
almost
ended it.
Yeah.
You get another minute left in that first round, that fight's over.
I agree. But it is. I adamantly disagree with the Danny Roberts Amon fight.
I didn't see it, so
I adamantly disagree with the judging in that fight. Was it a robbery? It was probably close enough to not be a robbery. Like Danny Roberts did come forward the whole time and stuff like that. But like, I don't know. I didn't think that Imov was exactly coasting either.
Yeah. So I'm going to have to go rewatch that one.
And then I was so bummed. One of my underdog picks that I felt so good about was Andrew Sanchez. And Andrew Sanchez was up 2 rounds. But he gassed and got standing TKO'd in the third one. And he wasn't out, but he was basically just on the fence, just kind of covering up and just taking shots, and the ref stopped it. And like, he didn't even look mad that the ref stopped it, because like the ref was telling him to move, and he just didn't move. Like, ugh. But I mean, for an underdog pick, I wasn't disappointed, because he was up 2 rounds, nothing. If you go watch that fight, go watch the first 2 rounds, you're like, dude, he's
winning. Dang. Missed that.
And maybe he should have just pulled guard and like held him on top of him or something.
Yeah, the fight was almost over with.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I didn't even notice that.
The one that hurt though was the dork, Nate Landerweir. Do I have to start being respectful to him?
You got in, dude. He freaking
He could
choked
fight.
him out. Like,
He could fight.
Yeah.
Here's the thing.
Did you
I've never
sleep
said-
on the odds with
I've-
him being? He
Yeah.
was almost a 4-1 dog.
I've never said he sucked.
Yeah.
I've never said he can't fight. I just think he's a dork, and I don't like his presence in the cage. I stand by that. But
Okay.
he can
I don't
fight.
hate it. I
He
don't
can
hate
fight.
it.
That was a nice anaconda choke in the third round. He was winning that fight. We were dead right on Marianne Furiat.
That was a pretty good fight, though.
She's a beast. It was.
That was a pretty good fight.
It was a
I
good
think
fight.
that was a tougher fight than a lot of people thought. I actually saw a lot of people picking Silva in that fight.
Yeah, that was a good fight.
Dude, Jim Miller.
Bro, gets rocked, survives, rocks him in the first round back, Eric Gonzalez back, and then sleeps him in the beginning of the second
That was
round.
beautiful. That was beautiful.
But again, the reason why we picked him, if you remember, was the experience.
The experience.
I
yeah.
think being able to come back from being rocked is a big part of that experience. Eric Gonzalez, like, I thought he showed some things that
He's
like he
tough.
belongs in the UFC.
Yeah, he's tough. Like, I mean, maybe
That's a tough ass for a
maybe
UFC
throw-
debut.
Yeah, a UFC debuter and you're throwing him in there with a killer. That'd be like
Well,
sending
just
the
an
guy.
experience
That'd
guy.
be like taking a guy that's had, how many fights has this guy had? He's had 20 fights. All right, you take a guy that has 20 fights, you put his first fight at the Maverick Center against Steve Sharp. Like,
It's a tough fight.
Steve Sharp's like a Jim Miller. Like, he's just experienced everywhere. He's tough.
Steve Sharp, the Jim Miller of
Steve
Utah
Sharp is-
MMA.
Steve Sharp is the Jim Miller of Utah MMA. I may or may not get punched for that tomorrow. I can't.
I hope so. That'd be funny. If you do, get a video of it, Steve.
What's up, Kel?
Yeah. Hey, Eric Gonzalez, like, can we get him to fight like a contender series guy?
Yeah,
maybe?
give
Like
him-
another young gun.
Yeah, give him that.
You were dead wrong on Carlos
I
Felipe.
wasn't dead wrong.
You're dead wrong. Andre Arlovski,
I-
I nailed it.
I didn't watch it, but I did see a couple people said that they thought that the decision that Felipe was a little closer
Stop
than what
it.
the decision.
Who?
I just was reading on Twitter.
Helen
Probably
Keller?
some freaking
Helen
moron
Keller?
on Twitter. I don't know. I didn't see
Some
the fight
account.
yet.
You should watch it. Arlovski did exactly what I told you he was going to do. He's going to stay on the outside. He's going to pick him apart just like he did in the Tanner Boser fight. And guess what? That's exactly what he did. And I stand by this. Felipe sucks. I didn't say Nate Landwehr sucks. Carlos Felipe sucks.
He does suck.
He does not beat any vet, any medium to high level guy. He doesn't beat any of them. He's a heavyweight that hasn't had a finish since 2017.
Yeah, you were right.
He sucks.
You were right. I was wrong.
Ben Moa beats him right now. Zeke Latu beats him right now.
Zeke said he wants to go down to light heavyweight.
Oh my! Stop it.
That's what I saw. Didn't you see Fiji posted the meme? Didn't you see the meme in our Facebook thing about Zeke saying he wants to go to light heavyweight and he had the guy behind the tree was Fiji?
I read that as Fiji was going to go down to light heavyweight.
No, it was Zeke saying he wants to go light heavyweight, and then Fiji turned around the corner like, yeah, that means he
Zeke's
gets to
the home
heavyweight.
hatch.
Oh, bro.
Who takes
Come
a step
on.
back first?
No, neither one of them.
Nobody.
Neither one of them. Jeez. Is that the worst co-main event in UFC history?
It's up there.
Is Arlovski just the gatekeeper? Like, they're just going to keep feeding him these younger guys and he's just going to keep beating them?
He's
Because he's not going to compete.
I mean, he still eats hard shots. Like, what's incredible is he still has a chin.
He's 42 years old.
Former UFC champion.
Dude.
How long ago was he UFC champion now?
Look at he's beat Felipe Sherman. He takes Tom Aspinall. Okay, he beats Tanner Boser, beats Felipe Lins, loses to Rosenstruck, beats Ben Rothwell, loses to Sakaya.
The split decision.
Split decision. No contest. So Harris
Lost the tie, which I actually thought he won
when
that
was he
fight.
champ? Who beat him?
No, forever ago. Keep going back. He actually got released. He got released by the UFC after he's a champ and has come back.
Frank Mir. Like, look at this
Oh,
guy.
he beat my boy Brendan Schaub.
He beat Schaub.
He did. He beat Brendan Schaub back in the day. No, keep going. Wait till he's out of the UFC.
He's out of the UFC.
Yeah, no, keep going. No, he left the UFC after he was champ and then came back.
Strike for. Oh, there we
There
go.
you go.
Fabricio Verdum, Jake O'Brien.
Dude, how good is that win?
Wow.
Fabricio Verdum.
Tim Sylvia,
He's fought everybody.
Justin Ellers. He's fought Tim Sylvia 3 times.
He's fought everybody. All right. High break.
Pedro Rizzo. Like, this guy's, man, wow. Oh, Steve and Joel are talking. It's Joel's on here. Oh, I love it. He's starting to gas in the third. Yeah, I haven't watched it, Steve. I gotta watch it. I gotta follow up on it. I didn't have no time. The main event, I watched a little bit of it, and from what I saw, it just looked like Dumont just used the jab and just jabbed her way to a decision win. I don't think she needed to do anything else from what I saw, but I was only watching bits and pieces of it. Yeah, pretty lackluster card in my opinion. I don't hate it. Zack has to pee 100 times because he's fighting this Saturday. And yeah. What's next for Andre Arlovski? What does he do? Because he's not fighting the top 5 heavyweight, right? So what does he have going on next? Let's pull up the heavyweight division and see who Andre Arlovski could be. Oh, you're missing. Joel's in here now, so you're missing it.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So Joel says he has a couple of liver shots for Steve.
Joel, let's play pickleball. I challenge Joel Haro to pickleball.
Joel?
Yeah.
All right.
Because if I can beat Joel.
They play on Sundays.
Oh.
Sunday nights at like 5, I think, usually.
It's tough. It's a tough time.
Maybe we'll set it up during the week.
That's family time.
Maybe we'll set it up during the week that we can all just come up there and play some pickleball.
Damage plan pickleball.
Damage plan pickleball, baby. Oh, I'll be able to beat Zack, no problem, he says.
Joel, here's the thing, Joel. I'm what you call an athlete. You are a better fighter than me, hands down. No and ifs or buts.
You challenge a loser, man. You must be good.
It's my warm-up round, Steve. It's my warm-up. But Joel, I guarantee.
Are you challenging the Carlos Felipe of pickleball?
Yeah, I'm just getting my feet wet
before you step up to the Stipe of pickleball.
So I mean, I for sure can beat him in basketball. Joel in basketball.
I don't think Joel's a baller, a basketball player.
I could see him being one of the
C+ athlete. You're an A+ fighter though.
Yeah. I'm definitely not taking leg kicks from you, but I'll play you one-on-one any day.
All right. Who does Arlovski beat in the UFC heavyweight division right now?
Where's the roster?
I'm pulling it up right now. Hold up, dog.
Scroll faster.
I'm trying.
Max sucks.
All right, heavyweight. He's not beating anybody in the top, what, 10?
That Bagali Ivievov, I could see him beating him. Walt Harris, that could be an okay fight. He's beat Sakai or lost a split decision to Sakai. Dude, he's right outside the top 15 right now. He's like the gatekeeper to get ranked.
And he's 42 years old. Still just banging away.
It's pretty cool.
They should just let him start taking the gas again. Just let him get jacked. He's probably got another couple years in him if he's on the gas.
Sure.
Just let him. He's 42. He needs a little TRT.
TRT Arlovski.
Yeah.
Then let him, and then bring Vitor back.
The Mexi Speci. It's Plant Daddy. It's not the Mexi Speci. We might get canceled for even saying Mexi Speci on the podcast.
He said it, not me.
I know. I'm just saying we might get canceled.
You just read what he said. You can't get canceled for that, can you?
You can get canceled for anything nowadays.
I'll be the Dave Chappelle of podcasting. I don't care.
I did watch the Dave Chappelle. I'm not on the side of everybody else because I think it was more of a statement.
Yeah.
Like there were some funny parts in there, but I think he was trying to make a point.
Yeah.
That's what I.
You know what the point I get with it was? I was having this conversation with Hunter. If you do what you love and fame isn't your goal, but doing what you love is your goal.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. Money and fame and all that. If that isn't your priority, but your priority is truly doing what you love, that's what makes Dave Chappelle Dave Chappelle. For everybody that's had a problem with that, I don't even know if they watched it, because if you watch the ending of that and you're disagreeing with what he said, you're what's wrong. You're missing the point.
You are missing the point, because it was like a mic drop moment. Like, watch the last 5 to 10 minutes of that when he does that. It's freaking amazing. All right, that's it, right, for today?
Yeah. So we Connor did it again.
What did he do?
Oh, you didn't see?
Oh, he punched the DJ.
Punched the DJ.
Well, he said broken nose, but he was showing his lip. I didn't see a broken nose.
He punched the DJ, dude.
So what caused the DJ to get punched? Because I read the story and it sounded like they were hanging out most of the night, and he just punched him for no reason.
Here's the thing, Connor.
Are we surprised?
Punched an old man at the bar. Punched Machine Gun Kelly.
Good for that. That was a good one. I don't care about that.
Punched.
Did he punch Machine Gun Kelly, or did he try to punch Machine Gun Kelly?
Tried.
Yeah.
Connor, go pick a fight with some tough dude. You see what Michael Bisping said?
What did he say?
He's talking about, he's like, you notice he ain't picking fights with tough guys. He's kind of picking fights with like old guy at the bar, like Machine Gun Kelly. What's Machine Gun Kelly gonna do? Like, get out of here.
He wears dresses.
Yeah,
no offense if you wear dresses, but
get out of here. He's not doing anything.
No.
Conor McGregor. Like, you do pick a fight with, like, I don't know, somebody that.
You saw what happened when he picked a fight with Khabib, and Khabib went postal on his ass.
But like Nate Diaz smacked Khabib.
You know what? Let's see Nate and Connor. When Connor's ready, let's see that one again.
You ready for it now?
I'm ready for it.
Like a year ago,
I wasn't ready
all
for it.
out.
I wasn't all, but I'm ready for it now. Like I am ready for it. Let the talk trash begin. You want to know what I'm really ready for is Masvidal and Leon Edwards. I'm ready for that one. Like, that one's been brewing for a while. I think Edwards wins, but dude, Jorge's stand-up is.
I think there's a reason that Leon was. I think there's a reason. There's something that there. I can't quite put my finger on it. There is something that isn't right with Leon.
Who do you think wins that fight? Masvidal can strike.
What I was going to say was,
but Edwards a little more technical.
If they fought 10 times, would Leon win more?
I think so.
Probably.
I think he's a little more technical.
Probably. But could Jorge find some holes in his striking? Because I as far as just like straight striking, I think Jorge's better.
See, I don't know about that.
I do.
I think
Jorge's boxing's better.
Well, Usman exposed that chin. And if
Okay, let's just time out though. Leon Edwards is not Kamaru Usman.
I know, but he has good. Usman wasn't a striker up until that point. Like, nobody was saying.
He also has Trevor Whitman in his corner.
That's what I'm saying.
Best coach in the business.
He is.
But remember,
who would you rather have in your corner, James Krause or
Trevor Whitman?
Trevor Whitman.
I love James Krause.
Or Teddy Atlas. I want the Teddy Atlas fireman. You're a fireman.
No, I want Trevor Whitman.
That is my favorite. You know the video I'm talking about, right?
Oh, yeah.
That's my
100%.
favorite. It was Timothy Bradley fight, and I think he ended up finishing the guy in that round too. You're a fireman. Gotta put out the fire.
Yeah,
So I love that video.
It's Whitman. Trevor Whitman's the best for me. He's the best. And how you can't even argue it. Look at that card. The last 3 fights of the night are his 3 fighters. Rose, Gaity, and Usman.
Gaethje, I think, is going to be on another level this fight. I think we're going to see an improved Gaethje.
Well, I think that we already were seeing an improved Gaethje, but the only thing that made people forget that was Khabib.
Yeah, he did look different in that fight.
Go watch his Tony Ferguson fight, and he executed. Even Khabib would say, those leg kicks that he was landing on Khabib.
Oh, yeah.
That was probably the closest Khabib had ever been into trouble. Because I believe Gaethje, when he said this, he says, if I land 2 or 3 more of those, like, I think there was an urgency to get him out of there.
Oh, yeah.
Like Khabib, see, like with Conor, there was no urgency to get him out of there.
Yeah.
He drug him into the 4th round and then he did.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I think he could have done that in the 1st round.
He did the Floyd Mayweather.
Right?
Yeah.
But he wanted to make him suffer a little bit, right?
Yep.
Gaethje landed a handful of those kicks, and Khabib said, forget all this. Like, I need to end this. And I think that speaks volumes, one, about Khabib's greatness, right? To just be able to just be like, close the show, show's over. But 2, like, I think Gaethje put Khabib in a the closest Khabib had ever been to being compromised in a fight.
I agree with that. Yeah, those leg kicks. Khabib kept a good poker face. He walked out of the cage fine too, but I guarantee you he was feeling them.
Yeah,
had to have been feeling them.
Yeah,
had to have been feeling them.
So I think Gaethje. I think he absolutely murks Michael Chandler. And I am prepared to die on that hill.
I can't disagree with that.
And then we get Gaethje versus Oliveira or Poirier Gaethje 2, and that is just fire.
UFC fight night this week is Costa and Vettori.
Who cares? I'm fighting that night.
Yep. We got Bellator Moscow. We got Fedor fighting Tim Johnson. Tim Johnson's going to knock Fedor out in Russia.
You think?
Yeah.
You sound pretty confident about that.
LFA. We got Contender Series. Who's on Contender? Johnny Parsons is fighting.
Johnny Parsons is on Contender Series?
Johnny Parsons is
Let's
the main
go.
event. 7-2. He's fighting Solomon Renfro, 8-1. Yeah, there he is.
Wow.
Main event.
That's a big fight.
Was that the guy that was at the last Fierce fight?
Yeah.
That I thought was freaking, what's his name? The other guy with the mullet like that. They look just alike.
Yeah.
I'm like, I thought I recognized that guy, and I couldn't
Oh, yeah.
put my finger on who it was.
Who else? Anybody else that we know on there?
No, nobody that I recognize.
Nope. Okay. But
we got a couple local guys that we need to see on there. Brandon Lander about to get clowned. Oh, we're setting that up. We just got 2 more weeks of podcast to get some of these local guys on, and then we're going to get you guys on.
Just so you know, we have some November. So we're pretty open in November, right?
Yes.
Because Fierce is done for the year. Steel Fist isn't until December 17th.
Yep.
So we'll start trying to trickle those guys in, but it will be the holidays, so me and you might hold back a little bit. But there are some really good guests that we have coming on. One, Rob Eastman with
Rob Eastman wants to come on.
That'd be a good one. We have an old school professional boxer that's willing to come on.
Court McGee.
Court McGee
said he'd come on.
Trying to get him on. So we have some good ones. But if we could get Kai Stewart and Brandon Lambert on a podcast together in November, that'd be cool. Also, I'm going to give a little shout out to our last guest, one of our previous guests, Blake Foster.
Okay. Yeah. Yes.
So I had a lot of people tell me that I looked annoyed when I was interviewing him in the cage after.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I could see it. I think I said it on the broadcast too.
I was. I just didn't think he should act like that.
Yeah.
And I said that on the podcast on Monday.
Yeah.
I gave him his props where I felt like it was deserved.
Yeah.
I believe either you or me did acknowledge, it is his first fight.
I think
you said it is his first fight. And I do understand the adrenaline's pumping. He messaged me last night and said that he went back and listened to our podcast to hear what we had to say about the fight. And he said that he agreed and that he apologized for the way he acted in the cage after. And he'd love to come back on the show sometime. And he full-heartedly agreed with everything that we said about it. And, it was a good experience. I thought that was so cool that somebody when we think of somebody from Hollywood or whatever,
yeah,
you usually don't have the self-awareness to,
Yep.
I mean, how easy would it have been to be like, oh, F those guys?
Yeah.
And just be
just never even. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But he went and he was like, yeah, I kind of went overboard after. I was just so pumped, but I went overboard after. I was like, man, that's pretty cool. I thought that was pretty cool.
Hey, much respect, Blake. I thought that was, yeah.
Yeah. And so he said he's going to come back on sometime too. And we'll talk about that again. And
I want to see him fight again.
That's what I
want to see him fight again. The guy's got skills.
This is what I want it. So, because everybody's going to be able to say, oh, you beat a 170er, right?
Yeah.
And he did. He beat somebody with a lot more experience, but he was a lot bigger than. Who wouldn't sign up to see him fight a real 205er?
I'd love to see him fight.
Or a 185er that's moving up to a 205. Who wouldn't want to see him?
He's big. He's strong. He's athletic. I think he can hang with. I think he can hang with pretty much anybody. I mean, obviously, you don't want to throw him in there with a guy that's.
You're not going to feed him to Jerome Hatch.
Yeah, right off the bat.
Or even a Zach Cavender, right?
Yeah.
But if
you could get him in there with a 2-0 guy or, a 1-2 guy. Somebody with less than 5 fights at 205?
I think he'd handle his own
I think
decently.
I think he would too.
Yeah. So that was interesting. That was cool. What's Kai saying?
He said, if you have an interview with me in the cage, you look pissed too.
Whatever.
Hefty bag, my man. Hefty bag.
Kai, don't stop it. You stop it.
But yeah, anyways, much respect to Blake. I thought that was cool. I thought that was pretty damn cool.
Yep, that was cool.
We done for the day?
Yes.
All right, I guess we're done. Don't forget, are they going to Dalton's Twitter?
Yeah,
are they like? Dalton K.
Jensen
on Twitter. Like it. He's going to do a drawing for the fights this Saturday. And then don't forget to go to the Damage Plan MMA podcast YouTube page. Shoot us a message of your username on there and let us know that you subscribe to it. And we will put you in the drawing for the Fierce Fighting tickets the following week. So we're trying to do our best to support our local MMA guys.
It'll be good.
I love it.
I promise it'll be fun if you want to come this Saturday.
I'm excited. I still don't believe you're fighting.
It's weird.
Yeah, it'll be fun.
I might have a little something special for the walkout.
Yes.
But you got to come to the fights to see it.
Yes.
I have a little something special and different for this walkout. Just letting people know. Not as cool as Steve Sharp dressing out like a ninja.
A ninja? You're not going to dye your hair pink or anything like that?
No.
You are red hair.
Shut up.
It wouldn't go pretty well.
I'm not man enough to dye my hair pink.
It takes some balls to do that. It takes a lot of
balls.
It just
works for Steve.
Yeah, it does.
I mean, he said on his that he didn't know if he was going to do that.
I know.
A lot of people would be bummed if he didn't.
I think he's going to have a change of heart.
Yeah.
I really do.
Once that, you know what's different? Me and Cole talk about it a lot. Like, you got to switch that flip.
Yeah.
Once that happens, like, everything starts.
Yeah.
And yeah, so
I mean,
once that switch flips.
Yeah, I think he's getting in the mode. He's
Hey.
in the zone. What do we got?
No charges filed against Chuck Liddell.
We knew that was coming. He filed for the divorce. Did you see that?
He filed for a divorce.
That sucks, man. I hate to see that.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
I hate to see that. Yeah. Anyways, all right. We will see you guys on. Actually, we have some interviews we're trying to set up for this week. If you want to get on the podcast, please reach out. We are freaking slammed with our day jobs and trying to get everybody on for these fights. So,
and I'm cutting weight.
And he's cutting weight. So please, if you're trying to get on the podcast, especially if you're on the Steel Fist card, please reach out to us. We will do our best to get you guys on. I know we're trying to work on getting Robbie Minor on, and Ryder Newman said he would come on too. So I'm trying to get him scheduled right now too. Those are the only two that I'm currently working on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's going to be so many good fights.
Great
Next
fights.
2 weeks. It's a good time to be an MMA fan in Utah.
See you guys. We out.